That Nas X, I made a video about it, and this is why you guys need to understand how powerful the devil is in these people's lives. How powerful the devil is in these people's lives. Is that the devil is kicking rear, because my Nas X video has the most dislikes probably out of any video I've ever made, and I'm revealing the demon in Nas X videos. That guy is telling you, and it's not subliminal. He's telling you, he is encapsulating the sexual perversive nature that has infiltrated a person's life, soul, spiritual being, that causes them to be deviant sexually. Let me say this, and I say this all the time that I speak. There's a difference between you feeling a certain way and you doing it. There's two different things. You can like the same sex. That don't mean you have to have sex with them. That don't mean you have to marry them. You can be attracted to the same sex. That don't mean you have to go down that path. You don't have to. You don't have to. Just like a man who's straight, he may like a certain type of woman, but that don't mean you have to go and be promiscuous. You don't have to. That don't mean if you marry and you like another woman, that don't mean you have to pursue it. It doesn't mean that. And for my wife that's watching, that's not me, honey. I love you to death. You're the only woman I want. But I'm talking about for these other people that may not have married the right person, and they married and they see something that's better than what they got. That don't mean you need to pursue it. You may have an urge. You may feel like that's what's right for you, but that don't mean that don't make it right. Just like there's people that probably have lustful thoughts and have been manipulated by men when they were growing up, or women, or whatever the case may be, and they may have a lustful thought for the same sex. That don't mean you have to indulge in it. The same way people who like looking at children on the internet. I can't tell you that whether or not those thoughts come through your mind or not, if they right or what, I don't know. But you acting on it is the problem. If you have those in your mind that you want to do something that's stupid like that or disgusting, then pray about it. And do some introspection and say, is this really what I want to do or who I want to be? I'm only talking about the people that are critical thinkers. I'm talking about people that are forever growing and saying, look, I'm willing to change anything that I'm doing that's not right. If you ain't that person, then you watching the wrong thing. You need to go watch somebody that's going to tickle the back of your ear and tell you what you want to hear. But there's a difference between people having a feeling, a lust, a deviant thought, and partaking in deviant actions. There's people that I want to break in half. I want to break them in half today. But I got to pray about it and say, you know what? If I break this person in half, what is that going to, how is that going to look? How is that going to look to my audience that respect me? I'm a Christian man, and me beating somebody up or whatever the case may be. What does that look like? That's probably not a good thing. What would Jesus say? Or how would God view me if I beat the mess out of somebody because I was upset with the way they treat me or talk to me or whatever the case may be? Sorry, I'm digging my nose. What would that look like? God wouldn't be pleased with that. So you know what? Although I have a desire to do it, I ain't gonna do it. And I'll pray about it, and maybe the desire will leave away from me. Let me see. Let me get to a couple of these super chats. Dante, thank you so much for the super chat. I just watched your Nas X commentary, and brother, you were spot on. I appreciate you speaking the truth on your platform for black men like me. I used to be in the gay community, and I'm glad God freed me. Where my thing at? Get somebody. Where my music at? No, that's not the one. There it goes. Somebody give this brother a round of applause. I even want the lights. Give me and the bad boys. Your boy can't dance, so don't judge me. But shout out to Dante, man. Keeping it 100. And I'm not saying this is for everybody. I'm not saying everybody's going to be Dante. But what I'm saying is that people will lie to you and try to say, oh, I was born like that. I'm permanently like this. Nobody can ever change me. And I'm a Christian, but I'm going to stay like this because I can be a Christian like this. It's like Dante decided at some point, whether God led him or not, at some point that he felt that his lifestyle was not consistent with his future. That's pretty much what. And what was his future? I don't know if he initially came to it and said, God is my future, or was God revealing to him that that wasn't a part of his future and he came to God. You can be gay today and not tomorrow. I mean, it may not be that quick, but you get what I'm saying. That's my whole thing. And I know that there's somebody out there that's listening to me that's like, you know what, Brandon, you give me hope. Just because you think a certain way, just because you feel a certain way, just because you have desires don't mean you have to act on them. And just because you have those desires and the feelings today don't mean you're going to always have them. And you can apply that to anything in your life. It could be sexual relationships. It can be anything. I mean, I used to be way different than I am today. Way different. And then God saved me. I used to be much different than this. How did I go from here to here? Same way if you were gay, you can go straight. The same way if if you were promiscuous, you can not be promiscuous. God can change you. You just got to be open to it. Anyway, let me move on. Dante, you my favorite super chat. You one of my favorite super chats of all time. I need to save that. Dante Nelson, my favorite super chat. And the reason why is because I feel like that some people wouldn't be bold enough to say that. And I like how he glorified God because I think it gives hope to anybody else that's a Christian that's struggling with this. You'll be all right. You can overcome this. You'll never see me. And if you see me and you struggling with it and you hear the things that I say, if you came to me and say, Brandon, I want you to pray for me, I'll pray for you. It's not the person that's the problem. It's never the people that's the problem. It's the behaviors. And I got behaviors that are problematic. I think that there's some things that I got to pray to God about that I want to change about me. I wish I was a little more patient. I wish I was a little more slow to anger. I may not have outbursts like I used to before I got saved, but man, I get worked up about stuff sometimes, and I'm like, man, I wish I was peaceful. Like people that I know, they just peaceful, nothing phases them. They don't get animated and worked up about nothing. Now I know that's a positive trait of mine, but sometimes I'll be like, dang man, I'm just really feeling agitated right now about something somebody did or said or somebody trying to do against me. I get really upset, and I'm like, man, that ain't right. And I didn't say some stuff, and I'm not perfect, bro. I want y'all to understand, your boy not perfect. Only person that was perfect was Jesus, and I know that Jesus wants us to be in His image and have perfection. When I say in His image, I don't mean in His image like in God's image, right? Like the Bible says in Genesis, we are made in God's image. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that we shall walk in the newness of life like Christ did when we are saved. And that's what the expectation is. The expectation is that you don't walk around sinning. But we all gotta pray and work out our salvation. So don't think that B. Tatum out here browbeating people. There's some stuff that I never tell y'all that I gotta work on. Just because. And y'all got some stuff y'all need to tell me. Don't need to tell me, you just need to tell the Lord. You gotta work on that stuff. So you can come out and be perfect. Anyway, I'm just keeping it 100. People ain't going to be keeping 100. I'm going to keep it 100. Susan, thank you so much for the super chat. A heartfelt thank you for being real. I appreciate that. Let's see, Dante. Yes, I was God. Yes, it was God. Yes, it was. God is my future, and I refuse to allow my past to define me. If I was born gay, I understood I can be born again. Ooh. 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 Hold on a second. Wait a minute, Dante. I have never heard nobody say it like that, but that's probably one of the realest statements again. If you were born gay, you can still be born again. I wish you if you on Twitter, show me your Twitter handle. I'll tag you in that phrase. I might tweet that. Just because you were born gay don't mean you can't be born again. I like that. I like that, Dante. God bless you, Dante. I hope you got a YouTube channel or something.